Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Ruach. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Grand Wisdom who lure and teach word, and peace and salutation to all you sincere brothers who are teaching these words in sincere and truth worldwide with the hope of salvation. Shalom. This is the book of 2nd Ezra 15:1, and it reads, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the word of prophets, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. And who are the people of Mosiah? Are the Israel, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American. Mosiah say, hear his word, man. Open your mind, open your ears, and process his words that are coming out from his men, the prophet that he have raised in these last days to warn you of what danger is about to come on the earth. The word that in the Bible are full of prophets, and danger times that are ahead. One of the prophecies was the implementation of Alpha, the microchip, which is a mark of the beast, which is found in the book of Revelations 13:16 going down. And that prophecy is coming quickly. You can see in the news, you can see people speaking about it. Everything is gearing toward that technology being established all over the world. That's why they talk about CBDC. They talk about smart city, smart earth system. They're talking about smart grid. Everything smart, everything digital. That's what they've been talking, so they can have full control. And once they put everything digital, it's going to be easy for them to operate this technology that they're gonna come with, and they're gonna have full of control of that technology, because that technology is gonna be programmable. They're gonna be able to tell you. They're gonna be able to stop your everyday doings, business. By just shutting it off. Shutting that technology, that RFID microchip off. So that's one of the prophets that is coming, and is on his way to get to pass, man. And on top of that, it's gonna be, this earth is gonna be on war. World War III is coming. Not to forget famine, to forget pestilence, diseases. All these are coming. Sword is coming on the earth. A lot of people are going to be judged because of their rebellious, because of their stubbornness. So Mosiah says, oh, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophets, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord. So we are speaking of the word of the Heavenly Father concerning the prophets that are about to come to pass. One of them, as I mentioned them, those prophets being the mark of the beast, which is going to come in the way of Alpha, the microchip. Also, Jacob trouble, famine, pestilence, and diseases. It's going to be all over the world. People are going to be killing each other by the sword. It's going to be less war, class war, all over the world. And also it's going to be war. It's going to come with that World War III. World War III, which has been prophesied in the Bible, as written in the book of Revelation 11 and 14. So 11 and 14 say war. The second war is past, and behold, the third war comes quickly. And war means war, destruction. So destruction, the first destruction passed, which was World War I. The second destruction, which was the second World War II, already passed. And now it's, and behold, the third war comes quickly, which is the World War III. And after that, it's going to be no more war on the earth. So these things are coming, and they're coming in a quick way, in a speed way. So I may go back to the 2 Ezra 15 and 1, and 2. So call them to be written in a paper, for they are faithful and true. So the word of the Heavenly Father is faithful and true. That's what we see today. The things that are happening all over the world are fulfilling the prophecy written in the Bible. And there's no other book that prophesy as the Bible. There's no other book which is full of prophets as the Bible is. The Bible is a pure word from the Heavenly Father, which Mosiah used his men to write down what he told them to write, man. Because the word comes from who? From the Heavenly Father, man. By the inspiration of the Spirit, man. And people lock them down according to what Mosiah said, So yeah, I may go on. It's a war. Fear not the imagination against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. So the unbelieving, those who don't believe in this gospel, we don't need to worry about you. Our job is to bring the word out. If you may hear it or forbid, that the blood is going to be upon you. Our job is to warn you, of the danger that is about to come on the earth. As it goes on, it's a war. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plague upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. So Mosiah is about to bring those plagues on the earth. It's going to begin with a sword, which is a modern day sword war. It's guns, machete, whatever people are going to have in that time. People are going to be invading one another, killing each other on the street. And also the sword is going to come by the way of war, those nuclear missiles, which this nation they're going to use in these last days to destroy each other. A famine is on the way. Death, it means a lot of people are going to die from the famine, from the sword, from the pestilence, diseases. There's a lot of people going to die on this planet Earth. Those who are of the word, those who don't believe in this gospel, those who don't want to hear the warning that we give you, and the death and destruction. And that destruction is going to come by the way of war, nuclear missiles, because them nuclear missiles, when they touch ground zero, they're gonna explode and bring great destruction. A lot of people gonna die in that time when them nuclear missile, ICBM missiles, which this nation possess, explode. It's gonna come with the radiation and the great fire that they're gonna sweep a lot of people, a lot of infrastructure, buildings. It's gonna sweep all of them down and destroy. That's why I say of great and destruction. So like, for wickedness has exceeding polluted the whole earth, and their artful works are fulfilled. Mosiah is gonna do that because of the way this earth is been governed. This earth has been governed in wickedness. Nothing is being pushed all over the world, which is good, except what we say. We the men of Mosiah, the rest of the things that are practiced in this earth are full of evil and abomination and wickedness. Where to the point like men and men can walk, can have intersection as they have with a different gender, as with the women. Men and men can get married right now. Children can give it. They are giving children right to do surgery to remove their private members. So they can be different gender to what they've been born with. If a child was a boy, they encourage them to what? To remove their privates so they can be like women. That's what we see today. People marrying objects, people marrying animals, You know, people are doing a lot of folly and evilness and wickedness and abomination, including witchcraft. You know, so all this is bringing your destruction. You know, but the message to you is to abstain to abstain yourself from the way of this world. Because the way of this world is going to lead you to destruction. As they say, why did the gate that leads into destruction and narrow is the way that leads to salvation? Come to the narrow way. And the narrow way is not going to be easy. It's going to be full of trials and purging, you know. Purging from what? From your wicked ways, you know. To the point, if you endure to the end, you're going to be served, you know. So we see things happening around the world, you know, because of this wickedness. That's why to the point in the news you hear about this, about war, about famine. They've been talking a lot these days, you know. All this is because what? Messiah is getting ready to destroy this planet Earth. So Messiah is giving you the insight of what he's about to do on the earth. He's using this nation, you know, to come against each other. So at the end, it's going to be destroying each other. You know, that's why you see there's a tension, there's a tension between these nations. You know, there's an uproar of the people, protests all over the world. All these are part of the signs that Messiah say we need to look for before the Lord comes. You know, these are the signs of the end. When you see this nation in the brink of war, you need to take it serious. So I'm gonna read this article quickly down. It says, Putin allied, we are probably on the verge of new world war. You know, because there's a World War I, World War II already passed. This is a new world war they are talking about, which is going to be, as we read in the book of Revelation, the third war comes quickly, you know, and that's what it is, man. From 1940s to now is not very far. It's just quicker, you know. Moscow, April 25, an ally of Russian President Vladimir Putin said on Tuesday that the world was probably on the verge of a new world war at the risk of a nuclear confrontation were rising, you know. And this war, as they say, is going to be by those nuclear missiles, you know, and that's true, you know. At the end of everything, this nation, they're going to turn to those nuclear missiles that they have, and they're going to use it to destroy each other. They're going to, first thing, they're going to use the fighting jet. They're going to use soldier to go marching and have shootout. But at the end, it's going to be war. They're going to use these nuclear missiles, man, to destroy each other. They're going to press the button and they're going to send those missiles to the target that they want to destroy. You know, the number one target on this planet Earth is going to be destroyed. All these nations are going to shoot at, all they're going to target it to is America. If you believe it or not, America that's the land that's going to be destroyed completely from the face of the earth. You know, it's going to be uninhabitable after the destruction. Nobody's going to be able to live there. It's going to be known as what? The land of confusion, as it is written in the Bible. You know, because after the destruction, you're not going to be able to know where was Washington D.C., where was New York City, all these big cities that are flourishing and doing well in America. You're not going to be able to know where they were because of that destruction. You know, everything's going to turn to dust. You know, because after the destruction, missile destruction, Yahawashi himself as well is going to bring more destruction. It's going to send more fire in that land of America to put it down because of the wickedness that they've been pushing all over the world. America is stand at the head of wickedness, you know. So Messiah is going to send his son to make it completely down, man, you know, for lack of a better word, you know. The word is sick, and quite probably is on the verge of a new world war. The Medvedev, deputy chairman of Putin powerful Security Council told the conference in Moscow. He said such a new world war was not inevitable, but the risk of nuclear confrontation were growing and more serious than concern about climate change. And this man is working, in that governing body, man, of Russia, man. So he knows the inside, man. And that's the spirit of the world right now is, man. China, they do the same way. North Korea, So as USA, Putin says the world faces the most dangerous decade since World War II. He cast the war in Ukraine as an existential battle with an aggressive and arrogant West, and he said that Russia will use all available means to protect itself against an aggressor. The United States and its allies have condemned Russia's invasion of Ukraine as an imperial land grab. Ukraine has vowed to fight until all Russian troops withdraw from its territory, and says Russia's rhetoric on nuclear war is intended to intimidate the West into coming military aid. So yeah, man, as you see, that's what is in the news. But this news is going to become reality soon. All these news articles or whatever they say in the media, all this tension that nations have between each other, all the missiles that you see they parade, they doing drill with, because they've been doing a lot of drills, man. Russia, America, North Korea, all these powerful nations that have this weapon of mass destruction, including China. They've been doing a lot of drill. They've been getting themselves ready, man. Ready for what? For the coming war. And this war is not going to be good. It's going to be a lot of people. It's going to be a lot of people dying, man. I read this book of Isaiah 9 and 5, which leads, for every battle of the warrior is with confusion. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and the garment rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fury of fire. As we know, in the time past, in the ancient time, when nations were going to war, it was a combat war. Like people are finding they were fighting face to face, man, using sword and javelin, whatever weapon they're gonna have, hollows, hammer, whatever it is, bashing each other head, cutting each other limbs, chopping each other head. That's all they've been doing, stabbing each other. So it was with confusion, with confused noise, and the garment was loaded with blood, because blood, when you stab someone, blood is coming on you. You slay someone, you cut someone's head or hands, you're gonna have a sprinkle of blood on you. That's what it was back then. But this is a war. But this shall be with burning and fury of fire, because this war is gonna be different from the previous wars that you have known. This war is gonna be with burning and fury of fire, because the weapon that they're gonna be used is what? The nuclear missiles. As they say in the news article, it's a war, nuclear confrontation. So this is going to be nuclear weapons that are going to be used in this time. The ICBM missiles, the missile that can travel from one continent to another continent, And when they get to that destination, they're going to bring what? Destruction, burning, fire, So this is what is coming. This is the book of Joel 2, and start from 1. It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble. For the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand. Who are the Zion? Who are the Zionists? We, the Israel. The monument of Mosiah. The so-called Negro, Latino, and Native America. So Mosiah it says sound an alarm. So we are telling you to. We are telling you, or we are warning you of what is about to come on the earth, man. which is the nuclear destruction, World War III, and many judgment Messiah that he have put it on hold, man, you know, which he is about to release them in these last days, you know, as it says in the book of Revelation, the four angels holding the wind of destruction, you know. So as it goes on, it says, oh, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, and the morning spread upon the mountain a great people and strong. There has not been ever the like, neither shall it be any more after it, even to the year of many generations. And this is a metaphor. People for is a metaphor for nuclear missiles. So great people speak about those nuclear missiles that's going to be used in these last days. You know? So it's a metaphor. So as it goes on, so because people are not going to fire, I mean, they're not going to cause fire, is it? And the people are going to be here forever, man. You know? Except Esau, Edom. He's the one who's going to be taken away. But the rest of the people, nation, they're going to be here forever. The earth abides us forever. So as the earth abides us forever, so are the people. You know? So we're going to be here forever. You know? Those who are going to die in this side, they're going to come back as a newborn baby in the kingdom. He's speaking about you, Israel. You know? And the continuation is going to be like that. Generation to generation. People are going to be here on the earth. But this kind of weapon, these nuclear missiles that are going to be used in these last days, is not going to be here forever. After Messiah let it be used in these last days, that's going to be that it. Because the kingdom to come is going to be us ruling, and the whole earth is going to be in peace. As if you read in the book of Isaiah 2, it tells you about the nation going to war, gonna forsake wars, man. They're going to, if I may read, man, Salakia 2, it's Isaiah 2:1. The word of Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. The mountain speak about the governments, you know. So the government that's going to be ruling in the time to come is going to be the government of Most High, which are the nation of Israel, to begin with the Lord Himself, Yahawashi, and the 144,000 the elect men, and all Israelites, I may say, in the kingdom. We're going to be on top of these other nations. So mountain and the hills speak about nation, speak about governments. The big mountains speak about big governments, or the powerful nation, or big nation, mighty nation, and the hills are small nation or small governments. So as it goes on, so and many people shall go and say, come ye and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, which is the nation of Israel, to the house of the power of Jacob, and He will teach us of His ways, and we will walk in His path. For out of Zion shall go forth a law and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. So Jacob's name was later on changed to who? To Israel. So Jacob will speak about, of what? The nation of Israel, you know? Because Jacob have what? 12 sons, and 12 sons made what? The nation of Israel, you know? And he shall judge among the nation, and he shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So in the kingdom, they're gonna, when we rule, the whole earth is gonna be at peace. No war is gonna be conducted on the earth. You know, all nations are gonna be following the way of the Heavenly Father, which is righteousness. Wickedness is gonna be done away. Esau, because Esau is gonna be is gonna be the one who Esau is gonna be put down, because because Esau was blessed with the sword, and he went around the world taking peace out of the world. So he's going to be put down, and after he suffered his punishment, he's going to be taken out of the earth. So the rest of these other nations that are going to remain, they're going to be in peace. under the rulership of us, the Israel, at the beginning of the Lord himself, Yahawashi. So he said, oh, great people and strong. So these people and strong, great people speak about those missiles, nuclear missiles, There has not been ever like, because in the time past, there were people that didn't have this technology, man. In the ancient time, they didn't have the technology of mass destruction. These missiles, these missiles, these ICBM missiles, they didn't have it. People were fighting with the sword and other weapons, man. Arrows and as we have read in the book of Isaiah 9 and 5. Neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations, because after it's going to be done away. People are going to be in peace. A fire devours before them, and behind them a flame burns. The land is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. And nothing shall escape them. That's the missiles that's going to be doing those jobs, man. And nothing is going to escape when those missiles touch the ground zero. Even the unborn baby is going to be destroyed. And that says the Lord, Yahawashi. As the lady again says, continues, the appearance of them is as the appearance of us, also represent power. So they speak about the power that's gonna kill, the formation they're gonna be in. They're not gonna go left or right. And as horsemen, so shall they learn. They're gonna learn with power. Nobody gonna be able to stop them until they touch the ground zero. And when they explode, it's gonna be a lot of casualties. A lot of people gonna die. Like the noise of chariot on the top of mountain shall they reap, like the noise of flame of fire that devours the stubble, as strong people set in battle array. Before their face, the people shall be much pained, as the face shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war, and they shall march everyone on his ways, and they shall not break their lungs. They're going to reach to their target. They're not going to break their lungs. No matter how many missile defense system you may have, it's not going to work when the missile are coming down to that target. So I'm end there. I'm saying shalom to the whole elect. Yahawashi.